Double cheesy. Let's see if we can get that coveted cheese pull. Oh yeah, that's what we're looking for. Hello and bonjour. We're going French today. French onion soup. One of my favorite soups. I've been going around town, you know, getting in different Disney properties, Outback, Longhorn. I've been taste testing it, but I gotta put myself to the I gotta put myself to the test. I can't be just going around town, all these fancy joints, judging their soup without documenting and proving that I can make the soup too, or at least trying to throw my edition out there to compete. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to. So I don't know how we're gonna do the judging, because like I'm judging their soup, but then I'll be judging my own. So I have to just give my most honest opinion on it to see how mine falls to the competition. Because one of my favorite things to do is go over to Disney and eat. So I've been like kind of comparing and contrasting the steakhouses, the steak and egg breakfasts, the French onion soups at the different locations. The last one I had at the Turf Club, that one was good. Had it at Grand Floridian Cafe. That one was good too. So it's all, you know, it's all about that broth. You gotta have that good rich broth, at least for me. So come on, come hang out with me. If you've seen any of my other videos and you see me judging their soups, feel free to judge mine. Let's get to it. I'll show you what I'm working with today. So we're going with some traditional, some non-traditional. I went over to Fresh Market. I got this Gruyere cheese from France, but I went with sourdough bread. This one looked, to me, it looked a little bit better than the French bread. It was more dense. Granted, it did sit there for 2 days, so it's kind of hard, but I think I will be able to recover it. This is a pretty simple soup. Got my bouillon. I might have to run out and get some more because I'm pretty doggone low. So I might have to run out to the store real quick. And then you get the bay leaves. You throw those in there when it's already souping it up. Today we're going with 3 pounds Vidalia onions. And then I grabbed a bottle of wine, Sauvignon Blanc, 2023 New Zealand. So it might be a New Zealand French onion soup slash sourdough. Don't know where you're from. Oh, I'm also going to do, I got a little bit of beef tallow still fresh in the fridge. I'm gonna do that. So this one's kind of a pretty simple soup. You just gotta caramelize those onions down. It's gonna be the longest process. For that, ooh, I forgot to put out a stick of butter. So I'm gonna do, basically, just get your big old pan. Hey, this is my thumbnail. I mean, I'll like not Photoshop, but I'll like copy and paste the soup right into here, like something like that. What do you think? I don't know, just an idea. So basically, the onions are the star of the show. So we gotta take care of them. We gotta treat them nicely. I'm not gonna go over the whole process. Just gonna bore you because it's gonna be 3 pounds of onions. Basically, I'm just gonna chop them up nice thinly, nice uniform and even. And we throw them in the pot. I'm gonna do a whole stick of butter. And then the measurements on the beef tallow, I'm not sure. We'll get to that, but that's half the battle right there. Basically, you're just babying these onions, caramelizing them down, making them translucent into the ooey gooey butterness, and the beef tallow fat just bubbling. It's gonna take at least an hour, possibly more. Depends on how you go with your heat and your whippy. 45 minutes to maybe an hour and a half. So this one's gonna take some time. I know I'm yapping a lot, but I won't bore you with all the choppy processes, but basically I'm gonna bust these onions down. Big old bag. We're going Vidalia, baby. I believe these are from Georgia. So now we have a Georgian, French, New Zealandian, sourdough'ian soup. It's gonna be good. See if I can compete with Walt Disney World. Let me know in the comments. Think I could whoop them? Think I can compete? At least tie him? Let's get to it. Got the stick of butter. That's gonna be going in the pan. And this is what I have for my beef tallow. I'm just gonna throw the whole chunk in there. What do you think? Will it be beefy? So a smart one would have probably started this video after they had all the ingredients, but I did not know my beef bouillon was so low. So I might be able to get away with it with this beef tallow, and that there's a good tablespoon left of the bouillon. But I do love a dark, flavorful broth. So I might have to run out and get another jar halfway through this. Side note, don't do what I'm doing if you don't have someone to babysit your onions on the stove while you run to the store though. You don't want to come down to your whole house turning into a French onion soup, let me tell you. And don't forget, I'm wooden spoon gang for life. Got my wooden spoon. I'm gonna try to do a transition shot with the onions on the cutting board, but if I don't have enough room, that's how my beef tallow is looking with the stick of butter ready for the onions to enter. So we'll see how much it fills up. One handful, one bushelful. See how 3 pounds of onions fit in this pot. Well, honestly, it was less than I thought. Only 6 onions in here, but I'm gonna try to make them, and this one was getting a little slimy already, ew. But I'm gonna try to do a cool transition. 6 onions, 3 pounds. So what are they, a half pound each? And I'll try to, like, you know how you edit it. I'm gonna go like, wham, bam. I'm not gonna lie to you, these were onions, they were a little bit sweaty, so I had to take a small break halfway through. But that's how we're looking. I wanna say I cut them in like maybe 1/8 of an inch slices, but I just go through and I just do my little choppy. So that's about how they're looking. You can do them however you want, thicker, wide, you can make them crazy cuts. Sometimes I switch it up, but I just went kind of uniform this time. That one got away from me a little bit, but pretty much just slicey, you know? Because if you make them the same, they're kind of like, I guess theoretically they'll cook down about the same length of time. Is that how people speak? So like I said, this soup, it's not incredibly hard. The ingredients are pretty simple, the steps are pretty simple. It just takes a while. You'll be in there for a little bit. So I haven't been moving and grooving the fastest. I probably gotta knock it out a little faster, but it's been about, I started at 4:30. It's currently 5:15. So it's about 45 minutes. I've just been doing a little yammering, I don't know, with you guys, and then did my choppy. Probably could have knocked that down to like 30 minutes, but you know, sometimes you're just hanging out. You ain't really. I had to sneeze real quick. These onions got my sinuses going. Sometimes you ain't always in a rush. I don't know. Sometimes it's fun just chilling, relaxing, hanging in the kitchen. If you drink. I mean, we got wine in the recipe. Might as well, you know, have a little glass yourself. I hear some people say 1 for the soup, 1 for the chef. All right, but anyways, I digress. Basically, we're moving and grooving now. So I got all the onions choppy. Let's start keep that. Let's heat things up. I'm getting my pot, got it cruising. I'm gonna say around a 6, 5, 6. See how it depends on your stove. I'm on the bigger burner. So you don't wanna do this step too fast because you don't really wanna burn the onions. You just wanna caramelize them, let them move and groove and salivate. So I'm gonna hit that about a 6. Let's see where it takes us. I'm not gonna make you watch this whole stuff. I'll do the little pour it in, you know, a little pour in my onions. See if we get them all in there. And you'll just slowly cruise and stir 3 to 5 minutes. Every 10 minutes, you just be careful. You don't want to get it like go crunchy at the bottom. So you gotta babysit that pot, you know? All right, it's melted down nicely. That tallow and that butter. It's smelling real beefy in here. It smells like some steak. So we'll see how my broth goes if I can get away with the beef tallow with about half as much bouillon as I want to use. I'll do me a little taste test. If it's not enough, I will be running to the store. All right, this camera might fall. I got it balanced on top of my Cuban coffee pot. Let's see when the onions drop if it falls or if it makes it. We're going onions in, guys. Onions are going in. Oh, I dropped one. One onion down. Not a whole onion, but a little bit of a pat. Oh, 2 onions down. Whoa, we've almost filled this whole pot. We're about halfway full of onion. I can save these, but the ones that hit the floor, sorry, RIP. Okay, a lot of onions in here. I'll just give it a good stir. I'll add some salt and pepper. And I love to use my complete seasoning. Might do a little bit of balsamic reduction. What was it? Balsamic glaze. Add a little bit of sweetness, a little more depth of flavor. This is gonna be my life for the next 45 minutes to an hour, just hanging out with these onions, stirring them up, stirring them up, stirring them up. This is the complete seasoning. I'd use this on like almost all my veggies. So I'll do a good little dose on that, swirl, salt, pepper, maybe a little garlic powder, you know, see how it goes. All right, so it's currently 5:28. I just did salt, pepper, and complete. Try to keep the salt at a minimum because there's gonna be a lot of salt in the broth and probably some from that beef tallow. I also heard something like, you don't really wanna salt it here because it dehydrates it too fast or something. I read some article like you're supposed to add salt in after you're done. That you're supposed to add the salt after you're done caramelizing. I don't know which is true. And your real chefs out there in the building could let me know. That's how we're looking. I'll probably come back, show you in the next 15-20 minutes. I might do a little bit of olive oil at that stage and maybe hit it with some of that balsamic glaze to add a little more flavor. And we'll see where we're at. We're still about halfway full in the pot. See how much reduction we get in the next 15-20 minutes. I want to say it's only been like 10 minutes, but I gave it a little swirl. I was getting nervous, you know. And we've already reduced some, and I see liquid just about there. So I didn't add any olive oil yet. Let's keep rocking and rolling. Working at level 5 right now on the burner level. So we're looking good. We are looking good. 5:45. We've reduced more. I see like all liquid at the top. I'll give it a little store. I think I might actually add that glaze in there now. You know, if I'm gonna be competing with Disney, I gotta take it to the next level. So let's just give it a generous amount. I'll say like that's good. See how that looks stirring up in here. Add a little bit of sweetness, maybe a little sourness because it's got that little bit of vinegary in it. Ooh, darkening it up a bit. I like that. I did see another recipe say they add sugar sometimes. Maybe, I don't know, a little scared. This should add a little bit of sweetness. We've already got a little bit of color. All right, let's keep rocking and rolling. And for all you math nerds out there keeping the stats, there's about 2 teaspoons of beef bouillon, reduced sodium. I feel like I want 3 or 4. So this is the halfway point. Still got the onions going. 550 now. I did another little swirl. They're reducing. They're like probably down 1/4 of the pot, looks like. But they still got a while to go because that water's got to like basically evaporate out and then get a little more translucent. So I probably got at least another 30 minutes on these bad boys. I do have one other option though. If I'm gonna let it go, I'm gonna pour that in there. That's 2 cups of water. I'll probably do another 2 cups of just straight water. So that'll be 4 cups in here. If it's feeling a little weak, I could add this, I call it Johnny Jump Ups, which is Johnny's French dip au jus. It's a little bit salty, but it's what they use for like when you dip a roast beef sandwich in there. So that's kind of like beef broth. What the heck are the ingredients on this thing? Water, vegetable protein, sunflower, red wine vinegar, tomato paste, Worcestershire. Where's the beef? Is there no beef in this? So, might either add that or I will run to the store and that'll be the last time I mention it. God, driving myself crazy over here being a worrywart watching this pan and like, oh my God, I need more bouillon. Sometimes you gotta cook with your ears and your nose. 587. I heard this is speeding up, making a different noise on the bubbling. I think we're almost reducing down. There you go. So we're running out of liquid a little bit. I can smell them. Onions thought about getting burnt up a little bit. I'm gonna reduce down to about a 4, since they want to play around like that. You don't want to burn these onions, you know. They're getting caramelized, about translucent. We're pushing 6 o'clock. I'll probably cook them down 6:15, 6:30 maybe. Color's looking nice, but we want to go deeper. 6:04 is looking good. Getting a little darker. Ooh, sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. We're about there. We are about there. I think just for giggles, I'm gonna hit it with a little of that Johnny Jump Up I was talking about. Not a crazy amount. That's probably good. A couple little splashies. Add some salt and them other flavors that's in there. We're in a competition, you know. I gotta compete with Disney. I need all the extra flavor I can get. Smelling good. 6:16. We're looking good. Get another little swirl. Woo-hoo-hoo. Steaming it up. We're almost there. Almost there. Most of the onions look really good. I see a couple that are little white still, need to go more translucent. I'll give it about another 15 minutes or 20 minutes. And your boy's been doing a little bit of Googling over here, you know. Checking with Chat GPT and stuff, saying like, hey, what's up? Well, what do you do when you're low on beef bouillon? I said I wasn't going to talk about it again, but I saw it said some French recipes recommend even mixing beef and chicken bouillon. So I've got chicken. So let's try it. I mean, it said it'll add a depth of flavor. We're trying to go deep. We're digging deep. Dig a little deeper. Have to get like the Princess and Frog up in here and trying to whoop up on Disney to get me a French onion soup recipe. I just want it to be top notch. I mean, if I want to go to a restaurant and say like, ooh, I like it, ooh, I don't like it, I gotta be able to do it myself. I feel like somebody either with a weed whacker or something. Someone heard some crazy noises all of a sudden. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I don't know how many cups of water I'm gonna do actually. So it's gonna be at least 4, maybe to 6 cups of water. So I got my 2 with the beef. Probably do 2 with water, 2 with chicken. Maybe like that, see if it'll hold. I think it'll hold 6 cups, but these onions about going. It's about time to hit up this wine on them. 6:30, well, 6:27. We're 2 hours deep, boys and girls, 2 hours deep. We're about ready to deglaze with that wino. I see a little font at the bottom. This is like liquid onions at this point. So let's go for it. No below. I don't know exactly how much to pour it. Let's put a generous amount. And it said, rather maybe you gotta like turn up the heat a little bit. Stir it up good. And that should deglaze the bottom of your pan to release the font at the bottom. So that fire will probably cook off the alcohol. So you won't get too loopy eating this soup. So I'll just stir this up a bit. Let it come up a little bit more, and we're gonna start adding that broth to it. Heck, let's just add it right. I'll let this bubble up a little bit, then I'll add the broth. Give it a minute or two. We come this far, we're 2 hours in, might as well take our time with it, baby. So let that wine bubble, bubble, bubble. And I got this other one, chicken bouillon. So to save a trip to the store and the house burning down while the oven is going with these onions, let's just double dog it. We'll get double flavor, and the house won't burn down. So that's like 2 reasons not to go to the store. I would have liked to get some time though. I would have got some time if I would have gone there. So we'll see how this one tastes. Maybe if it's not up to standards, time will be the answer, or more beef broth instead of the half and half on the chicken. So that's a fun thing about cooking. You can kind of like switch it up, add different things to your liking. See, it's like kind of like an experiment, you know. So we'll just keep rocking and rolling. I'd say we're 3/4 of the way there. Because when we just broth it, bloop, 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 get that boiling, I add some bay leaves, and then I'm gonna let it run for at least about 30 minutes, I think. I'll stir it occasionally. And then we'll get to the next part where we boil it up, bloop, bloop, bread it up, and cheese it up. Because it ain't easy being cheesy. Shout out Chester Cheeto. So 6:32, I did turn the soup up with the wine in there to about a 6 on the burner. Grabbing this broth. Slowly add it in there. You can't see nothing, it's so smoky. All right, beef broth is in there. Let's fill up 2 more cups of chicken. All right, same measuring cup. Gonna put like 2 good gloops. 2 good gloops of this chicken bouillon in there. 2 good gloops. And that's in the 2 more cups of water. I'll stir it up and I'll pour it in. So we're going about half and half chicken broth to beef broth. Get those chunks in there. And I think I'm gonna add about maybe 2 cups of water. So that'll be 6 cups in total if you're following along. All right, water going in. So the pan's like a little over half full, it's like 3/4. I'll stir it up and we'll add in some of those bay leaves and we'll let it start cooking. Let it reduce down a little bit and see how it tastes. Going about with 3 bay leaves because these 2 are like 2 halves, 2 wholes. Bloop, bloop, bloop. We'll just stir them in. I'm gonna let this cook for maybe 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes. I'm liking the color of the broth. Really liking the color. It's looking beautiful. Love me a dark, murky, muddy broth. All right, 6:36. Check in with you about maybe 7 o'clock. See how we're looking. 6:48. Woo-hoo-hoo. We're over here cooking with gasoline. Might turn it down a smidge, but it's boiling good. Got it at about a 5. Might drop it down to a 4. Keep it going. Let's keep it rolling, baby. All right, 7:03. We are looking muddy, just the way I like it. Took off me a little spoonful, letting it cool down for a second. Let's see how my broth's tasting. All right, preferably without burning my mouth. Let's get the spoonful of sugar. Okay. I think it's got a depth of flavor. I think we're doing good. I need a little extra taste, a little extra taste. I had some onions in that bite. I need to get straight up broth. Trying to burn myself. I really taste that beef in it. Must be that tallow. Never done tallow in there before. I think we're good. All right, now, so it's time to let's prep up that bread. Just pull my cheese out. I'll put it back in the fridge because we've been cooking for like almost 2.5 hours, 3 hours. Wanted it to be chilled because I didn't want it too flimsy when we go to cut it. So I take a pan. And I got these not crock pots. Let me show you. I don't know if they're called crocks, but there's like basically these bowls that they could take heat. They have little handles on them. So I'm gonna take those. I'm gonna slice up this bread. Probably two nubs. I'll show you, but I like to put like 2 nubs side by side in there. Shred the cheese. Sometimes I hit them under the broiler, then I pour the soup and do more broiler. I might do that because then I get a double layer of cheese. I could put the bread, cheese it, broil it, soup it, cheese it, broil it. Double cheesy. Double shout out to Chester Cheeto. Is his last name Chester Cheeto? Is it Chester the Cheeto? Chester Cheeto? Anyways, we're getting extra cheesy for this one. And my God, this better be good. I didn't even look at the price yesterday. Sourdough baguette, $4.49. Ballin'! Shout out Fresh Market. Expensive, my God. I gotta look at things more closely. And this is just preference. You can do it any way you want. I do like a round cut like that. I'll put like 2 of them. About I don't know, 2 inches thick. I try to just like jam 2 of them in there. Might be able to put 3, but that's pretty good. So for this experiment, I'm gonna hit a little olive oil on the bread, and then I'm gonna cheese them down. All right, got my broiler going. Gonna hit this little cheese. My little double dose of cheese. It's gonna be interesting. Maybe a little bit at the bottom will hit too. Basically, I'm just gonna do a nice little layer over the top. Gonna broil it, pull it out, soup it up, and then do the same process again. Put some cheese on top. I love a cheesy, wheezy French onion soup. This is gonna be good. Goody gumdrops even. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Going in, broiler. All right, just fished out my bay leaves out of the pot. Got my ladle. We're gonna pop these out the oven. I'll show you how they're looking. A little oozy. They're getting toasted. I'd say another 30 seconds. So they're not on the highest shelf, they're like on the second level. Probably a minute to 2 minutes, depending on your oven. You don't wanna burn it up too much. I do like me a nice little char on there, but let's see how we're looking. Wow, these are looking beautiful. Nice and toasted with that extra cheese head on there. All right, let's see if we can do this one-handed. Ladling in some soup. Ooh, baby. That sounded nice. Just to keep it even, let's go 1 and 1. Oh, yeah. I think we could fit 2 ladles in each bowl. Come on. 2. That's what I'm talking about. Look at the layer of onions on that one. Ooh, that might be my bowl. Here we go again. Yes. Looking beautiful. Uh-oh, he's a floater. He's a floater. Does that mean we can fit a little bit more in? All right, maybe we can fit in 2.5. 2.5 per bowl. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Here we go. We're getting cheesed up again. Can I get that cheese, please? Let me get that cheese, please. I need to do like a longer stroke on there. There we go. There we go. I want that cheese to be bumping. Rolling it back and rolling it back. Some of this is going to melt right when it hits because it's like thin and shredded. If you had like in sheet form, it'd probably sit there better. Let's see how much that melts. I'm going number 2 now. So I got down, the thing was kind of thin. It was 6 ounces of cheese, so it's about 3 ounces each one, minus the rinds. Thin. So I threw in some chunks in there. You know, they have little cheese pockets. All right, popping this under the broiler. Hopefully this is the most cheesy, wheeziest French onion soup you ever had in your life. And it's 7:27. There's the soup that we got left. And here's my first 2 doses. Still bubbling. Been about a 3-hour adventure. How's it gonna taste? Is it gonna be 3 hours worthy? We'll find out. What you think? What you think? What you think? Let me know in the comments. Was that worth 3 hours worth of work? Well, it wasn't constant work, but you know, just babysitting in the kitchen. It's looking pretty darn good. Feel like I could have put more cheese though, you know. But that's just me. It's never enough cheese. Maybe I should have laid down like a slice of provolone and done the Gruyere on top of it to make it look more cheesy, because at restaurants they have it like melting down the sides. I don't think they're all using straight Gruyere for all that, but maybe I should have done a mix. I still got some more soup. Maybe I could do a cheese volcano on my next bowl. So I'm a little bit nervous. It's really hot. Let's see if it's got a cheese pull. Sorta. It's like a different type of cheese. It doesn't really. Got a little bit of pull. Maybe it's just still so hot it just melts. It's more of a melty. So I think next time I'm gonna mix the cheeses. I put some provolone on there along with this Gruyere. It's melty, but it doesn't. You don't get that stretch effect. Maybe it's just a certain type of cheese. All right, let's get a little cheese and onion bite on here. Kind of scared. Wow, it's really hot. I think I might need a little more pepper in it. A little more pepper. Let's Got good flavor. I like the broth. Oh, hot, hot, hot. Good amount of fat from that tallow and the butter. I think more cheese, more pepper. If I had to rate it, it's hard to rate your own work, you know. As it is now, I'm gonna say 8.6. But if I bump up the cheese level, add some more black pepper in it, I think I'll be cooking maybe 9.2, 9.1. I wonder if I should have used a darker colored wine. I did a white wine. Maybe I'll try a red wine next time, just to see if there's any difference. And I'm definitely probably gonna use more traditional French bread, because it said it was a sourdough baguette. Well, this side's soft. Maybe I just gotta flip it over, because it seems like it's kind of like holding its shape a little bit. All right, now it's getting a little more soggy. That's better. Maybe I gotta flip it over. One more bite for you. This is so steamy though. Yeah. All right. Black pepper, more cheese. Those are gonna be my adjustments. All right, we're going back in. I added some pepper, 4 slices of provolone back in the broiler. All right, went back in. Provolone under the broiler. That's looking more restaurant-like. Let's see if we get our cheese pull now. All right, it's still toasty. Let's see if we can get that coveted cheese pull. Oh yeah, that's what we're looking for. That picturesque cheese pull. Am I gonna burn myself? All right, that said it all. Black pepper, needed a little more. Provolone added, get that nice visual effects. This is the one. All right, Disney. This is my submission. I'm coming for you. I don't know if I need more wine or that red wine. Maybe a little more of that Johnny Jump Up. Overall, I think 3 hours in the kitchen was worth it. But if I'm at Disney, I'm still getting their soup because I get to save me 3 hours and I'm at Disney. I just like to know that I can compete with the big dogs. At least from my opinion, I think I can a little bit. I don't know. Try it out. See what you think. That's gonna do it for me. I was gonna try to make it a short one. Feel like it ended up being a long one, but thanks for hanging out in the kitchen with me working through my process. Let me know in the comments if you like what you see, you didn't like what you see. If I need to change anything up, you got any ideas for me? I love cooking and trying new things, like different processes and different flavors, you know. You gotta keep it fresh in the kitchen. All right, y'all, but that's it. I'm out. I want to go finish this soup, dig in, have dinner, eat with my daddy. All right, y'all. Hope you have a great night. Bye. Oh, I tried to make it go down and into the soup, but there you go. Bye.